Picture this. You pull a perfectly fluffy, towering, golden brown cake out of the oven. It looks like it belongs right in the center of an upscale bakery window, right? But then reality hits. What actually comes out is a dense, flat, heavy disc that feels way more like a wet brick than a delicate dessert. It's incredibly frustrating. Well, today we're fixing that for good. In this explainer, we're uncovering the hidden rules behind perfect desserts. Think about this for a second. Mêmes ingrédients, résultats différents. Pourquoi? Same exact ingredients, completely different results. Why is that? You could give two different people the exact same bag of flour, the exact same carton of eggs, identical measurements of sugar and butter. One person bakes a culinary masterpiece, and the other, an absolute disaster. It tells us right away that mastering a dessert isn't just about what you put into the bowl. It's entirely about how you combine and treat those ingredients. There's a hidden mechanism at work here. Okay, let's dive into this. To get those perfect results, we need a fundamental mindset shift. On one hand, you've got cooking. Cooking is an art. It's highly intuitive. You can throw in a handful of fresh herbs, taste your soup on the stove, add a splash of wine, and just sort of adjust as you go. You're relying on your senses and your gut. But baking? Baking is science. It is pure, unforgiving precision. You cannot adjust a cake once it's in the oven because the chemical reaction is already happening. When you approach baking as a rigorous science rather than an intuitive feeling, you completely change your results. Here's the roadmap for our masterclass today. We'll cover la science de la pâtisserie, la formule magique, structure, air et chaleur, les erreurs courantes, astuces pour débutants, and finally, le résultat parfait. Let's kick things off with Section 1, la science de la pâtisserie. The core rule here? La pâtisserie n'est pas de la cuisine, c'est de la science. Baking is not cooking, it's pure science. When you mix wet and dry ingredients together in a bowl, you aren't just making a tasty batter. You're actually initiating a highly complex chemical reaction. When you step into your kitchen to bake, you're basically a chemist working in a lab that just happens to smell wonderfully like vanilla. And the true beauty of science is that it's strictly predictable. Master this scientific approach, and you completely stop guessing. No more crossing your fingers when you close the oven door. Instead, you start actively controlling the outcome. Now, let's look at the actual mechanics of this in Section 2, La Formule Magique. This distills centuries of pastry making into one incredibly simple equation. The core formula: Step 1, structure; Step 2, air; Step 3, heat. The result? Perfect texture. Every successful cake ever made strictly follows this triad. If your dessert fails, it means one of these three pillars broke down during the process. So, breaking down and understanding these three pillars is absolutely your key to mastering the science of the kitchen. Which brings us directly to Section 3, structure, air et chaleur. Let's dissect these pillars. First up, structure. I want you to think of your cake exactly like a house. Before you can paint the walls or bring in the cozy furniture, which, would be your frosting and flavorings, you need a solid framework. Flour and eggs build that essential framework for your cake. Flour contains complex proteins that form gluten when mixed with moisture. Eggs contain proteins that coagulate or firm up when they're baked. Together, they create the literal architectural foundation that holds your dessert up and gives it its defined shape. But structural balance is everything. Say you add too much flour. Maybe you scooped it too aggressively and packed it tightly into your measuring cup. Boom, your cake becomes incredibly dense. You've essentially built a house with way too much concrete. But what if you use too little flour? You get a collapsed cake. The structural scaffolding simply isn't strong enough to hold the heavy weight of the sugar and the butter, so the middle just sinks right in. The proportions have to be exact. Okay, so you have your structure established. Next, you need air. Air is the magical element that turns a solid block of dense dough into a soft, fluffy, melt-in-your-mouth sponge. But how does the air actually get in there? We use les agents levants, or leavening agents. These are ingredients like baking powder, which cause a chemical reaction releasing tiny carbon dioxide bubbles into the batter. Or you can use mechanical mixing, like rapidly whisking butter and sugar together to physically trap microscopic air bubbles. Those trapped bubbles are exactly what expand in the oven. Just like your structure, introducing air requires a very delicate scientific balance. If you overmix your batter, which is a huge common mistake beginners make when they panic over seeing a few lumps, you actually destroy the air. You mechanically pop the bubbles you just worked so hard to create, and you overdevelop the gluten, leading to a tough, rubbery cake. On the flip side, undermixing leaves you with a weak structure where ingredients aren't properly integrated and the air isn't distributed evenly. Mixing is an active, precise scientific process. The final piece of our magic formula is chaleur, or heat. So the crucial point here is that heat is the catalyst. You've built the solid structure, you've carefully trapped the microscopic air bubbles, but it's all just wet liquid until your oven works its magic. The heat causes those trapped air bubbles to rapidly expand, and simultaneously, it dries out the flour and cooks the egg proteins. It transforms your batter into a solid structure, permanently locking everything into place. But once again, that heat must be scientifically precise. If your oven is too hot, the outside of your cake forms a hard, dark crust far too quickly, leaving the inside completely raw and liquid, because the heat hasn't reached the center. If the oven is too cold, your leavening agents, like your baking powder, never get that initial intense shock of heat they require to activate. The cake never sets properly, it doesn't rise, and you're left with a sad, flat puddle. Oven temperature is a rigid parameter, not a casual suggestion. Now that we understand the rules, let's jump into Section 4, Les erreurs courantes. Let's actively apply this scientific formula to troubleshoot some of those past failures. Let's translate common kitchen frustration into pure science. If your cake comes out impossibly dense, the scientific mistake is almost always overmixing. You destroyed your air bubbles and overworked the gluten. If you have a sinking cake, creating a crater in the middle, it's usually undercooked. The internal structure didn't get enough sustained heat to fully lock into place before you pulled it out. And if your cake is incredibly dry, you simply overbaked it. You let prolonged heat evaporate way too much internal moisture. Recognizing and fixing these specific errors instantly levels up your baking game. Let's shift gears to Section 5, Astuces pour débutants, pro tips for beginners. Controlling your environment directly controls the science. These proactive habits guarantee precision from day one. Rule number 1, use room temperature ingredients. Cold eggs and butter do not trap air well. Room temp ingredients bond perfectly for a smooth, airy emulsion. Number 2, measure by weight, not volume. A cup of flour can weigh wildly different amounts depending on how you scoop it, but 120 grams on a digital scale is always exactly 120 grams. Number 3, always preheat your oven so your batter gets that crucial initial blast of heat to activate the leaveners immediately. And number 4, never open the oven too early. Honestly, that last tip is the absolute golden rule of baking. That one mistake ruins everything. When your cake is baking, its internal structure is highly vulnerable. It's expanding rapidly but hasn't set yet. If you open that oven door to take a peek, a rush of cold air drops the ambient temperature drastically. The tiny expanding air bubbles in your batter lose pressure and collapse instantly. Your cake falls flat, and no amount of extra baking time will ever fix it. Keep that door shut. Let's bring this all together in our final section, Section 6, Les résultats parfaits. Control the science. Control the results. Stop guessing and start creating. When you deeply understand that flour and eggs provide the rigid structure, that mixing and leaveners provide the crucial air, and that the oven provides the heat to permanently lock it all together, you completely remove all the mystery from the kitchen. You don't need luck to bake a perfect dessert. You just need to respect the formula. We've covered the hidden rules, the precise chemical formulas, and the troubleshooting matrix. You now possess the exact blueprint that professional bakers use to achieve flawless textures time and time again. So here's my final thought and challenge for you. Maintenant que vous maîtrisez la science, quel chef-d'œuvre allez-vous créer? Now that you know the science, what masterpiece will you create? I highly encourage you to grab a digital scale, let your butter come up to room temperature, and test this newfound scientific precision out for yourself. Happy baking!